Now that you mention it, you're right. I am smart, popular, funny, sociable. I go outside frequently. I can talk to people. I function like a normal human being. Alright, we know this. Which is why I should be allowed into the Men and Motors Intermediate Trophy. Unfortunately, everything I've said in the video so far has been a lie. I'm not a man. I have a motor, got a motorcycle. Not a man, because I possess none of the qualities I said I had earlier, just a few seconds ago. So we're going to do the Castletown road race instead, which is literally just the Southern 100 but backwards. And I'm going to use a real bike this time, with red stripes and a titanium exhaust, so it looks like I was playing GTA Online. Still don't really have anything unlocked. We'll go ahead and qualify. Got my nan's dog wandering around downstairs because they left it there to go out with my sisters. So if I get spooked, because I think there's a spooky ghost. Oops. Didn't have my headphones plugged into my computer, so might have heard a small bit of revving, echo or whatever. But it's all sorted now, no need to worry. Everything is A-okay fine. Yeah, so if I think there's a spooky ghost downstairs or some kind of axe murderer, it's just a dog. An old dog on its last legs, unfortunately. No need to panic at all. Unless someone does break in, the dog is going to be completely unable to protect me in any way, shape and or form. So in some ways I've got to watch out as well. Earlier on, I was eating lunch downstairs. There's no bread, so I had to have a wrap. With ham, cheese and ketchup, because I have good taste. And I was playing my hard acid trance pretty loud, because I like obscure genres, well, obscure, air quotes, dead genres of electronic music. Because I am an Ishka's Guide visiting hipster. And I was playing it pretty loud, and I was sitting out in the back garden, I could hear it loud, because like the kitchen joins onto the garden in a way, like the kitchen leads out, you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm sitting there eating my wrap, and then it turns out that the neighbours gathered in their garden, just sitting around, and they can hear my hard acid trance. Which was cringe, and I didn't turn it off because they couldn't see me, so in a way it was fine, but could have gone better. They didn't complain, so I imagine it wasn't that cringe, and they probably like forgot about it straight after, but I'm still thinking about it, which is probably not healthy. But again, the human interactions I have tend to get stuck in my head, especially on holidays, for a while, because for the last 4 days I've just sat inside and pretty much done nothing but watch movies and anime. Because I'm a weeaboo, and I'm a disgusting... I mean, I shower, alright, first of all. We're gonna get that one out there. But it hasn't been the best existence for the last week or less. I think a little bit less. I was out on my bike the other day. The point is, I've been sat inside doing nothing. And I've got no intentions of changing the amount that I'm doing at all. So there's that. If I could keep the front wheel down, that'd be nice. Oh yeah, sure. Just overtake me, that's fine. Oh wait, no, I'll go him back, it was fine. Oh no, there he goes. This is what I mean by the rubber banding when they're up close. And back in front. But they do have to actually brake, and they braked a little bit too early, so I'm going to take advantage, take a superior line. Try not to kill myself on a lamppost, although there doesn't seem to be any around this part, so that's fine. On the actual TT course, there are just lampposts with like sandbags in front of them. And that's true for real life as well. The TT has to be the greatest race on earth. There's not a lot in the way of overtaking, because it's more or less a road rally, in that they take off at intervals and it's based on... I don't even know what it's based on. It's not. I don't think it's based on time. I think it's based on like average speed or something, because they don't give you lap records of the TT in time. They give it in miles an hour. Oops. I don't know what's up with that. Seems a little bit bizarre to me. Of course, you can't set everyone off on the TT with a grid start on the basis that literally everyone would be killed. Grid starts work for smaller tracks like this because there's less chance of death, I suppose. But when a lap takes like 20 minutes, and you also have to worry about, I don't know how many people enter a TT race. At least many. And you got to worry about that many bikes hanging around. Like at the Ulster Grand Prix and stuff, they do a grid start. They set the bikes off in groups, and it's fine because like the Ulster GP is a bit less narrow. If you see what I mean. Either way, that's why it's called Castletown, because that castle we just went past. I'm pretty sure. In the other TT games, it does include a whole multiple of tracks. One of them has Macau, I know, amongst the other road racing circuits, such as, not Ulster, but the other one, Northwest maybe. So that's a negative point against this game, because it only has Southern 100 / Castletown and the TT, instead of the TT and a multitude. But like in TT Superbikes Legends, there's like a boost button or something. So, you know, that's a bit, eh. Then again, TT Superbikes Real Road Racing Championship might actually be better, because it does include all those other tracks, and I'm pretty sure it's probably not like how this game is. was the career mode and stuff. So I don't know. This might genuinely be the best TT game. And since I've only played this one and Legends, I don't think my play of Legends really counts based on how shit my emulator is, but I'm gonna count it anyway. Out of those two, this game is far superior, even though it doesn't include the 1992 Norton with the rotary engine, or the Honda RC 161 or whatever. It's just bikes from 2005. And not just race bikes, I'm pretty sure there's a couple of road bikes hidden in the Mad Sunday mode. Because on the Dad 85 save profile, where Dad put in the cheat code to unlock everything, if you go on the 1000cc bikes, amongst the bikes that have like sponsors and numbers on them, there's also bikes that are just look like road bikes. I think some of them have mirrors and number plates and stuff, but I can't remember, it's been a long time without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. Furious 7 was not good, by the way. Like, I get it, it was a fun movie, and, you know, I think that Fate of the Furious is going to be fun. I can't wait for the, I might have said this before, but I can't wait for when the Fast and Furious franchise crosses over with XXX and Chronicles of Riddick, which is bound to happen at some point, because they've already got the CG down for replicating dead people, so surely they can replicate an alive person and make him fight himself, like kind of like in that movie Face Off. But I mean, you know, you can't really defend the newer Fast and Furious movies against, say, the original one, or Tokyo Drift. Like, Too Fast, Too Furious isn't a fantastic movie, but it's more Fast and Furious, I think, if you're being a traditionalist, than the newer movies are. I know that stuff has changed in like, they've been heist movies long enough to erase their existence as street racing movies. Well, I mean, the first one was a heist movie, but the next two were street racing movies, and then they were all heist movies after that. Pretty much. Can't remember the plot of the fourth one, because it was the worst. Either way, there are two camps of Fast and Furious fans. The ones that like the original three, and the ones that like the newer ones. I mean, I'm in the first camp, but also you don't have to hate the newer ones. That's alright, but new wheels, 2 videos. Wheels for bikes, that is. Alright, so it looks like in the next episode we are going to have to move on to 250s, because I haven't unlocked any new 125 events, apart from the Ian Locker challenge. But I don't think I'm going to be able to win that without some better hardware.